That's a lie. They didn't need me. I needed them.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch for Hype Week Day 3. And what does EHG have for us today? The post that I have been waiting for. This is the Acolyte changes. This is what we're getting for Lich and some of what we are getting for Necromancer. Now I just want to be very clear at the beginning of this post, this is really just a snapshot of the changes we are getting. We are gonna have to wait for Friday for the patch notes to get the full details on everything, but it does give us a glimpse into the future. This might be a longer video, I'm not sure. We're just gonna start at the top and work our way down, and I'm gonna try to do as little reading as possible. That being said, I am gonna read this first part on the new Lich skill Flay, likely gonna be the meta build of this season, probably like the Judgment Pally of Season 3, but all in all, it looks really cool. In Season 3, Lich gets a new skill to take to the field with Flay. Flay's a new melee and spell attack skill hybrid that is specific to the Lich mastery, and becomes unlocked at 30 points invested into the Lich passive tree. When you use the Flay skill, you will first Spirit Step a short distance towards an enemy if you aren't within range, and then perform a narrow rendering slash. So basically, as they put it right here, you're going to be flickering throughout the field. Each enemy killed by the melee attack will release a blood eruption, a spell dealing physical damage in an area. Enemies can be hit by both Flay and the blood eruption, so they'll take damage twice. With built-in movement to close the gap on your foes and no cooldown, you might find yourself stepping through the shadows, rapidly eliminating foes like flickers of light in the night. And we've already seen some visuals in combat for Flay. It looks very cool, very functional, and they've gave us a lot of tools for it. Flay skill nodes, and we're just going to look at the nodes specifically, not the breakdown here. And this first node they show us is what my guess is going to be for the meta for this entire season. So if you go back a couple seasons, we had mana stacking source, and for season 3 we are going to have mana stacking Lich. Deadly plot: Flay and all skills triggered by this skill deal more spell damage per 100 mana. Flay has additional mana cost. Spell damage per 100 mana, 20% multiplicative, and it adds higher mana cost. So people are going to be stacking mana like crazy because it doesn't just boost Flay, it boosts all the triggered skills as well. Transference. Hitting a boss or a rare enemy with Flay's melee attack transfers your Aura of Decay to them for 6 seconds. While the aura is attached to an enemy, you can move away from it to avoid self-inflicting ailments. So if you're dealing with a big boss and you need to avoid all the different attacks from the boss, you can hit it, transfer your Aura Decay, and then get out of there. Very, very cool idea. Now we're going to talk about damage conversions.
Now we getting somewhere.
Now what I like is that EHG was not cheap when it comes to conversions on Flay. People love conversions and trying different ways to play it, and for Flay we have 3 different conversions. Now the skill itself is a physical bleed skill, but you could turn that bleed to poison, and we've seen little clips of this. Your attack is now green. You could turn that physical and bleed to frost blight, and that is cold, frostbite, and freeze. And you could turn that physical bleed into my favorite, Soul Ripper, that is necrotic and damped. So basically 4 different options on which way you want to play your Flay build. Very cool. Now, here is what Mike and Heavy's a friend, somebody that I met in Germany in 2023, about the new Creator Unique. And right off the bat, the visual on it is just so very cool. This is a one-handed axe, and then remember too, you can dual wield now with your Lich. So this is what the new Executioner's Tithe does. Base crit, 50% of added melee damage on equipped weapon applied as added spell damage to Chaos Bolts, so you're triggering Chaos Bolts. Converts directly casts of Harvest to Great Harvest, which has a 5-second cooldown, deals 150% multiplicative damage, and has 50% more area of effect. Gain 1 stack of Spirit Battery when you kill an enemy or when you hit an enemy or boss. Spirit Battery grants increased mana per stack and lasts for 8 seconds. You're going to be able to use this on Harvest or Flay. 2% of your maximum mana restored when Great Harvest kills an enemy. 22% of your maximum mana restored when Great Harvest hits a boss or rare enemy. So obviously designed for Harvest, but you could totally use it for Flay, or you can use both of those skills. Very cool design, very cool item heavy. Going to be great with mana stacking season. As we continue, skill changes. Now, Acolyte, base Acolyte is getting updates to its skills, which can be used obviously by Lich, Warlock, and Necromancer. So we're going to go through some of those now, starting with Rip Blood. Rip Blood is seeing a very big change to its base functionality. It now hits all enemies in a line in front of you instead of targeting a specific enemy. Each enemy hit will create an orb of blood that returns to heal you. So you're going to have blood balls coming back to you. Sorry, blood orbs. Blood Bond. When you directly cast Rip Blood and hit a boss or rare enemy, it attaches a blood tether, dealing physical damage over time. Now, this was already teased. This is a node that we've already seen. It's a brand new sub skill, and people are saying maybe it's bait. I don't know, but the way it reads is pretty cool. Tethers an enemy, drawing blood from them to deal physical damage over time. Deals 1% more damage per bleed on the target. Now, there are builds that can get fairly easy to 1,000 stacks of bleed. And we don't even know what the sky the limit is because that's where it stops tallying. It just says 999 plus. But if you had 1,000 stacks of bleed, that would mean 1,000% multiplicative damage on this sub skill. So looks very, very strong. Of course, it needs to be tested. You also have Carnage. When you directly use Rip Blood and hit a boss or a rare enemy, or hit at least 3 enemies, you cast Marrow Shards in the same direction. Marrow Shards still consume health when cast this way. So with Rip Blood, you're going to have a new way to auto-trigger Marrow Shards. Necromancer, summon the Abomination. Now, Abomination is getting a complete rework, and it will function different. And my brain talking through it, it makes sense, but I'm trying to see how I would use it. Now, Abomination no longer defaults to decaying. Okay, so it no longer decays. And maybe there's a way to make it decay. Listen to this. For those of you for those who truly enjoy bringing things back from the dead or creating from the undead, we have updated Necromancer's Assemble the Abomination ability. By far, the biggest change to the Abomination has been the changed base functionality where it no longer decays health over time by default. So since it says that, I'm sure there's a way in the tree now where it will decay if you take it a certain way, okay? But listen to this. I'm going to make it bigger. Oh, there must be a lot of people on this. The Abomination remembers the minions absorbed to create it and will rapidly devour those minions to restore 10% of its maximum health. Now, I immediately thought about Golemmancer. Now, why did I think about my Golemmancer build? Well, because of right here, Tower of Bones. Stomp has reduced cooldown. For each bone golem absorbed, Stomp deals more damage, multiplicative, and has increased area of effect. And Stomp's damage per absorbed golem, 120% multiplicative. And you can absorb, technically, if you fully boosted my item, Aaron's Will, you could have 5 golems. You'd have 2 twin golems, the small one, and then 3 big ones, I believe. So you're talking about, 600% multiplicative, but you'd be giving up 2 skills. You'd be giving up skeletons and you'd be giving up golems, and you could never summon those 2 minions. So basically 3 skills for your Abomination, but I mean, it could be absolutely insane. I don't know. So we're going to be testing and messing around with Assemble the Abomination for sure. You also have Deadeye. If a skeleton archer is absorbed, your Abomination casts Eternal Arrow every 4 seconds. A bow ability that deals physical damage and has a 100% chance to recurve. So recurve, out of all the things coming to Necromancer, recurve is coming. Your Abomination gains additional bow damage per point of intelligence. So you'd put in a ton of skeleton archers. You could probably have 15 of them, and then they would eat them, stack intelligence, and now you're a bow shooting Abomination. Again, lots of stuff to test. Moving on to Aura of Decay. Aura of Decay is the first skill that once lived in the limelight before becoming forgotten behind the stage. We're giving Aura of Decay a number of powerful changes to bring it back to strong option in the Lich's tooltip. So on here, there's damage conversions. You're going to be able to turn the poison to physical. You're going to be able to turn the poison to cold. When it comes to putrid bombs, while Aura Decay is active when using a traversal skill or evade, you leave behind a putrid bomb. Putrid bombs explode after 1 second delay and poison all enemies they hit. Continuing, you have Fester. This is all for Aura of Decay. While Aura of Decay is active and you are stationary, you gain 2 stacks of Fester per second, up to a maximum. You lose 2 stacks per second while moving. Fester grants your Aura of Decay more damage per stack. So Fester's multiplicative damage for Aura of Decay. And those are some big changes, at least what they've shown us. I told you this is a long post. Passive changes. So now we're moving on to passives for the Lich. Man, there's so much to cover. The patch notes are going to be crazy. Executioner. So this is the new dual wielding node. You can now dual wield melee weapons, daggers or axe in your offhand. And on here, it's actually going to give you a buff. So not only can you use 2 weapons, but your attacking cast speed while dual wielding is 20%, but you take more damage. This is like, I almost think they should make this default. I don't know if there's anybody that isn't going to use dual wielding. Very, very cool. Accursed Feast. You gain additional leech and have significant increased leech and leech rate, but your leech stacks are removed when you reach 66%. So basically, your leech is crazy up to 66%. And you got lots of 6s on here. Get it? Impact Ward. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. You take less damage over time, multiplicative, and then the 3-point threshold node, damage over time taken bypasses your ward. So it doesn't kill your ward. It's nice for survivability. Necromancer. Necromancer. I forgot about you. It's all Lich stuff. Forbidden Teaching. Intelligence and Vitality up to 5 points. So 10 attribute points combined. Your minions have increased critical strike chance per point of intelligence. And your minions deal more damage over time multiplicative per point of vitality. So this node is obviously huge. This is going to take care of these aren't loading. This is basically going to take care of critical strike chance for minions. And I think an awesome build is going to be Fire Necro using the Dragonflame Edict Staff, where we're going to be able to multiplicative our ignites from our minions through vitality. Effigies. A percentage of your damage taken is redirected to your lowest health minion. Damage redirected to the lowest health minion at 2%, 5 points, which means you can get 10% DR. Thank you. This has been my number one. It's been my number one complaint that there's no damage reduction at all, basically, for Necromancer. So now we have some damage reduction. And then the 3-point bonus, minions health restored on minion death. So you're going to have another way. When one of your minions dies, other minions restore equal to 20% of their maximum health. So basically, as you're redirecting your damage to the minions and minions are dying, it is healing other minions up. At least that's the way it looks. So that is the post. Holy smokes, that was a lot. That was a lot. Tune in tomorrow, day 4, where we'll uncover some of the Beastmaster minion changes, quality of life updates, and minion AI. I got a feeling we're going to get minion stances tomorrow. So tomorrow, Beastmaster gets changes, quality of life updates, and minion AI. Now, for here, I just want to be honest with everybody, okay? DR, this is exactly what I wanted. Being able to boost our crit and our multiplicative damage, this is exactly what I wanted. Having snapshotting removed, it's exactly what I wanted. We're just talking Necromancer for a second. Having an update to assemble the Abomination, very, very cool. Now on here, the Abomination is going to work basically just like Wraithlord, where it remembers what it had to heal its maximum life. I actually wish it didn't do that. It'd be cool to be able to make 5 golems, have it eat the golems, then resummon the golems, and now you got like a 4 horseman build where the Abomination and the golems are running around doing stuff. That won't be possible because the Abomination is just going to eat the golems. So I'm hoping we could figure out something here. I also hope this isn't like a redirect snapshotting where you put on Aaron's Will, you make a ton of golems, then you make your Abomination, then you take off the armor. Like, I don't know. I know they said they fixed that stuff. I'm just hoping there's not some weird workaround thing for it. I just want to see more. We have 13 new threshold nodes for Necromancer. I'm sorry, I'm probably going to make you guys dizzy. And they only showed us 2. I want to see the other 11. What other juicy things are you guys hiding? Okay. Yeah, this is a much longer video than I expected. Necromancer and Lich updates. What are your thoughts? Are you happy with this? Are you excited for Season 3? Is this exactly what you wanted? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it. Check out my new website, actionrpg.com. Right now, we are gearing up for Season 3. Got some juicy stuff coming to the website and some new writers coming online. The website's going to continue to evolve as we move out of our alpha phase into beta. Don't forget to join the Discord, over 5,300 action RPG enthusiasts for Subathon 4 coming August 21st for Season 3. We're going to have game nights, movie nights, giveaways. All the shenanigans will be through Discord. So make sure you join. I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.